Now, most founders struggle for years to even crack 6 figures. They try hustle after hustle, chase new trends, and burn out before their business ever compounds. Here's the truth. Getting to 100K a month isn't about the genius ideas or raising capital. It's all about installing the same growth infrastructures over and over again. Every time I've built a business past 100K a month, I followed the same repeatable playbook that works every time. Predictable lead flow, sales systems that actually convert, content engines that actually compound, and talent structures that let me step back while it scales. Now in this video, I'll actually show you the exact blueprint you need to follow to build your business to 100K a month so that you can actually stop guessing and start building with certainty. Now let's start with why most founders actually never get there. They rely on randomness, referrals that actually come when they come, ads that sometimes work and sometimes they don't, and hustle marketing like cold DMs that burn them out. And even if they get a little traction, they hit bottlenecks such as not being able to close enough deals, not knowing how to deliver consistently, and getting stuck doing everything themselves. And as a result of all of this, they plateau at 10, 20, maybe even 30K a month. And then they assume that they're not cut out for this, when the real problem is missing infrastructure. Every business that actually wants to scale to 100K a month faces the same 4 challenges, which is lead generation without predictable calls, which means that you're dead. Sales and cash collection, even with leads, you need to close and collect quickly. Content at scale, so if you're actually invisible online, you'll stay stuck. And then on top of that, the last one is talent acquisition. So without the right people, you cannot sustain growth. Because the truth is that all 4 of these bottlenecks can be solved by systems. And once you actually build them once, you can copy paste them into your next business over and over again. Now, when I start any business, I don't chase unicorn ideas. I ask these 3 questions. First of all, is the market already proven? Second of all, can I find my ideal buyer on social media? And can this be sustained with affordable, repeatable systems? It's the last one. Now, if the answer is actually yes, now here's the rule. Cheap to maintain, volume driven, leverage built in. That's the formula. It's basically how you turn a fragile hustle into a scalable business. Now, the first system that you need is predictable leads. Forget waiting for referrals. Forget posting and praying, because here's what I built. Basically $3 to $4 an hour virtual assistants doing about 300 outreaches a day. Scripts and templates copied from the top competitors, optimized for our market. On top of that, we had a process selling video sales letter, aka VSL, that basically educate leads before they ever book a call. So they're already warmed up before they get on a call. Because at the end of the day, this actually does 3 things. It makes lead gen affordable, it lets you hit volume without burning out, and it creates leverage so that you're not the one sending every DM. For example, when I implemented this system in an agency, within 90 days, we had basically 15 cold touches a week and a calendar full of calls while not really spending that much money. And that's how you replace randomness with pipeline. Leads are useless if you cannot close and turn them into clients, right? The second system is basically turning conversations into cash quickly. Now, here's how to do it. It's standardizing one core offer and no custom proposals. So for example, create a 90-day quick win program priced at 5 to 10K, script the full sales process, and form discovery questions to objection handling. On top of that, what we then start doing is collecting cash up front or on tight payment plans, because this way every new client fuels growth instead of draining it. Now, one founder I actually worked with went actually from 20K a month to 80K a month just by shifting from custom retainers to a standardized 90-day sprint. Because at the end of the day, you want cash flow now and then scale later, because receivables are not going to be able to pay your staff and to pay for your ad spend. The third system is content, right? Not wasting time on random posts or hoping to get a viral video. You need a content machine. Now, here's the engine. One flagship weekly piece. For example, a YouTube video, a podcast, or long form post, repurposed into 7 to 10 clips across TikTok, Reels, and Shorts, layered with proof. So screenshots, results, testimonials, which does these 3 things. It attracts inbound leads, it builds trust before the calls because people are going to look you up. And 3 is that it compounds over time. Old content keeps working for you. Without content, you'll always be stuck begging for leads. And if you implement, you will build a digital asset that actually sells for you. Now, the next steps is hiring right and locking in retention. Like, this is actually what takes you from a hustle to an actual machine. And if you actually want to see behind the scenes of this, then book a time below. Next is basically hiring the right talent into your team. And this is actually where most founders choke. They either wait too long to hire or they hire wrong. Here's my sequence. Virtual assistants to take basically admin, outreach, and scheduling off your plate. Then after that, I typically hire a setter or an SDR to handle lead nurturing so your calendar stays full. And then an operator to standardize delivery so that you're not the bottleneck, like a CSM. Then after After that, we start hiring closers. So once the demand is there, replacing yourself in sales is a big one. By month 6 to 12, you're no longer running a hustle, you're actually running a machine and a real business. And that's when I start looking typically into CEOs, but that's for another video. Now let's talk about back end. Most founders actually stop at the front end. They get clients, they deliver, repeat, but the real wealth comes from retention. And here's the move. Build a community or light touch program, 1 to 2K a month. Give clients ongoing support, optimization, or scaling help, and use this to stack predictable recurring revenue. This way, even if you close just 5 clients a month, half of them roll into the back end, adding 5 to 10K MRR every month. Do this for a year and you've quietly stacked on an extra $500,000 in recurring revenue. Now I've run this exact playbook multiple times. In one agency, we actually charged 7 to 10K upfront, delivered in 90 days, and had just 7 employees running a $600K a month in revenue. Margins were over 60%, and you're probably wondering like how? That's because their systems carried their weight. Not me, not bloated payroll. And that's what makes a 100K a month business, for example, repeatable as well. Not by magic, but just by simple systems. Now here's what happens actually when you install these systems. You stop guessing where your next client actually comes from. You stop chasing one-off cash and start stacking equity. You stop being the bottleneck and you start being the owner. And that's how I actually created businesses that got to 100K a month every single time, not just by reinventing the wheel, but by copying proven systems, installing them fast and letting them compound. Now here's the playbook again. Lead flow. Now lead flow goes to VAs and plus VSLs, then sales, and then one core offer with a 90-day quick win. Content engine goes to weekly flagship, repurposed clips, and then talent layers, we look at VAs first, setters, fulfillment, and then lastly, we hire closers. Then on top of that, we focus on the back end, then we focus on the community for sticking recurring revenue. And following this, and 100K a month isn't a dream. At this point, it's inevitable. Now that you actually know what you need to do to scale your business to 100K a month, if you want to see how I personally scaled one of these businesses from scratch to 80K a month profit while only working 4 hours a day, then watch this next video on the screen. It breaks down exactly the systems that I use step by step, which will basically show up somewhere here on the screen or in the description down below. Welcome to the Exit Operator era. See you in the next video. Peace.